So the one question that everyone's been asking is, what implication will the 11th of December have on the general elections in 2019? And everybody has very strong opinions on what might happen. We want to put some data to the conversation around this. What we'll do now is extrapolate from actual assembly wins onto Lok Sabha seats and show you if things stay the way they are, which obviously they want things will change, we'll debate that, but if things stay the way they are, what could the Lok Sabha picture from these states look like come April, May 2019. So I'll walk across to our election center wall. We're calling from our database now, this data about, and I'll start with Madhya Pradesh. 29 seats in Madhya Pradesh. Out of these, 27 are with the BJP. So the BJP is sitting on a majority of the seats. Apart from Gwalior and Chhindwara, the BJP is in complete control of Madhya Pradesh. The 2019 centimeter suggests that if the voting patterns stay just the way they are, the BJP's tally could come down to 16 seats. That's a loss of 11 seats for the BJP. The Congress's tally could jump up from 2 to 12. And that is interesting because, just hold this for a moment, because if you look at how the 3.77 crore voters of Madhya Pradesh voted, it was a dead heat. 40% of the vote, 40.9% of the vote for the Congress and 41% of the vote for the BJP. The gap was just 43,000 votes. The BJP actually had more votes than the Congress. The BJP had more votes than the Congress. So you'll have the BJP ending up at about 16 seats, the Congress at about 12. I'll show you now the data for Rajasthan. Here it was a complete sweep for the BJP, winning all 25 seats in 2014. In comparison, the tally is likely to come down by 12 seats to 13. So the Congress might be at 12, the BJP at 13, even Stevens in Rajasthan. Serious losses for the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is not good news for the BJP because this was an area where they completely vanquished the Congress in 2014. I show you the data for Chhattisgarh. The Congress had 1 seat here, the BJP had 10. If we were to extrapolate the data that we picked up yesterday, the Congress could end up at 9, the BJP only at 1. That's a big gain for the Congress in Chhattisgarh. A gain of 8 seats for the Congress, a loss of 9 seats for the BJP, 1 going to Ajit Jogi's party. I'll show you the same data for Telangana. Here, of course, it's not so much Congress versus BJP, but this is a state where the Congress would have liked to pick up some votes and some seats. That's not happening very much because the TRS has 11 Lok Sabha MPs in the 2014 Lok Sabha. That could actually go up by 4 to 15. That's a jump of 4 seats. The Congress, which is sitting currently at 3, could come down to 1. That's a loss of 2. So, Shama Mohammed, this is not good news. Just the last part, because if you have to actually do well, then Andhra Pradesh is crucial to your fortunes. In the earlier version of Andhra Pradesh, and there, which is what happened when you had a government in the state, you do well, win up to over 33 MPs. If you actually come down in this fashion on the 17 seats of Telangana to 1, that's not good news.
But that's Telangana. We have Andhra Pradesh also. So Andhra Pradesh, we are with TDP. So there definitely we will see our fortunes rising because we already have a coalition with them. So definitely our fortunes will rise there. So that is the other aspect you have to see. So let's wait till the 2019. We will form various coalitions depending upon which state we are in. In certain states, of course, we'll be the bigger partner. In the other states, they will be the others. We will be the supportive role. So let's wait till that time when the coalitions will be formed, differing from state to state. But our focus is the people. The people's issue, what is happening to the people.
At two things.
And not about leadership or any of those things. You could look at Telangana
and say the Congress is actually losing, but you could look at the 3 big states in the heartland and say from being nowhere in the picture, they could be in a picture where on every seat they could give the BJP a real fright.
Congress has taken on BJP and come out better in the 3 states where it took it on. Where it has confronted regional parties, the regional parties have won. So actually there are 2 sets of winners. Congress in the Hindi speaking states and in the regional arenas, both the south and northeast, it's regional parties. Just to go back, I think you make a good point, Rahul. In 1980, Congress won 41 or 42 in Andhra. In fact, it was called Indira Pradesh. And in 2004, under YSR's leadership, and in alliance with the TRS in Telangana, they did phenomenally well. So for Congress, the Telugu-speaking region, Andhra and Telangana are both absolutely critical. I'm a little unsure about Andhra because next year will be two elections being held together. The general election and the state assembly election of Andhra Pradesh. And for the TDP, this is going to be a challenge as well. So I think Congress also has to introspect, but yes, the Hindi belt results will have given it a shot in the arm.
No, I think in Andhra Pradesh and in Telangana, the Congress has played its best card possible. They have a challenge from YSR and in the TRS. And remember, the Congress's political capital is with the Reddys as a social caste. And here, the NTR party, led later by Chandrababu Naidu, represented the Kammas.
And they hate each other for the large part.
But politics is an art of the possible. And here, the two possible oppositionals have come together in the process, both sidelining the YSR Congress, which is an active challenger to the Congress party and to Chandrababu Naidu, and retaining their hold over the Reddys, who are important even in Telangana.
Gaurav Bhatia of the Bharatiya Janata Party joins us on this broadcast. Gaurav, if we were to look at this from the BJP's perspective, these losses in the heartland could hurt. Obviously, things will change, but what's very clear is that 2014 Lok Sabha elections represents a psephological peak. And this actual data from the semi-final of 2018, the BJP will hope will be a low. The balance could be somewhere in the middle, but if things stay the way they were yesterday, the BJP has a real problem in the Hindi heartland.
Rahul, I would disagree with you humbly. And why do I say that? First of all, you are going by the votes that have been cast in these elections, and these were assembly elections. So people were voting to elect their chief minister. The Lok Sabha elections would be fought on a different plank. People of the country would be electing their prime minister. And we all know that Narendra Modi ji today is the tallest leader. So there are two factors. Even when we go on the number of votes and the voting percentage that has been, shown by you, we are pretty close if compared to the Congress. But then national issues, Narendra Modi ji would definitely play a far larger role.
That's a very political answer.
Second, if you look at the results.
One second. Gaurav Bhatia, the fact is that 10 seats out of 11 in Chhattisgarh was a peak. Coming down to 1 might be the low. I'm not even suggesting that that's the way it will be, but I'm saying that the pendulum could stop somewhere in the middle. And that's the concern, Mahesh Rangarajan. How close to 9 will that pendulum be from the BJP's perspective? And how close to 1 will it be from the Congress's perspective?
Just a quick point. In our discussion just before the results, there was a question. In a close contest, will BJP get ahead because of the cadre? Now in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, the vote margin between the winning and losing party is less than 1%, but Congress has got ahead. So are they facing a very determined Congress party even in that last mile? It's a different party from what it was just 4 years ago. And so for BJP, the challenge is also
no, but can I counter-argue to say that that's not necessarily the case? It could just be that the BJP still has the stronger organizational base and the Congress just got lucky on those seats. Yeah. Out of 10 seats where the margin is less than 1,000, 7 were picked up by the BJP. That's a disproportionate aggregation of seats won by a wafer-thin margin. But that's just luck, sir.
No, sir, I'm sorry. When you look at the state as a whole, the concentration of votes, which normally works for BJP, BJP is famous for having lower vote percentages and higher seats because of the overall tactics. For example. Several states, I can go back on history. So I think there's something which they would be worried about, that this Congress, whatever they say in public, is a somewhat more serious.
Okay, let Gaurav Bhatia respond to this, that this is a different Congress. This is not the kind of Congress that you've been dealing with in the 2014 elections and multiple elections after that. This is a more determined Congress that's fighting you at every booth. Gaurav Bhatia.
I would put it the other way around. It would be a more determined BJP trying to ensure that we come back with greater number of seats. And you rightly said, this 2019 elections would be an election of our pride. We have lost these 3 states, and the significance of these 3 states for the BJP also. It gives us a chance to introspect also. It gives us a chance to ensure that our cadre is even working harder to ensure Narendra Modi ji's victory. And these 2 numbers would spell the picture. In Madhya Pradesh, BJP got 41% of the votes. Congress got 40.9%, even when we were the incumbent party for the last 15 years. That itself shows that BJP remains the strongest party in Madhya Pradesh. When you come to Rajasthan, it is 38.8% of the votes, which is very close to the Congress percentage of 39.3. So when people have to elect their Prime Minister, I am sure
so one point I want to show that data, in fact, on your screen right now. I call it the curse of 4337. That's the curse that killed Shivraj, because we did a data deep dive, and I'll call it up on our screen right now. If Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Mahesh Rangarajan, you'd be proud when you see this, had picked up only 4,337 more votes, Shantanu. In a state with 3.77 crore people who cast their mandate, if Shivraj Singh Chauhan had got 4,337 more votes, he would have got 7 more seats. The Congress would have been at 107, the BJP would have been at 115. So look at this. The tightest fight was in Gwalior South, where the margin is 121 votes between the Congress and the BJP. The Congress candidate won by 121 votes. Then there's Suwarsa in the Mandsaur district of Malwa region in Madhya Pradesh, where the margin is 350 votes. This is not a municipal election, this is not a panchayat election, this is an assembly election, and the margin was 350 votes. In Jabalpur North, 578 votes. In Rajnagar, 732. There were 7 such seats. You know, if the dice, and if anybody understands probability or plays any game of probability or chance, you expect the dice to roll your way 50%. If it rolls the other side 70%, Rahul Gandhi really had a good day in office. The Congress party had lady luck shining and shining bright. In Damo, the Congress candidate won by 798 votes. In Biora, the Congress candidate won by 826 votes. In Rajpur, which is a scheduled tribe reserved seat, the Congress candidate won by 932 votes. Now these are the seats where the Congress lost by narrow margins. So in Jarora, the Congress candidate lost to the BJP candidate by 511 votes. In Bina, the Congress candidate lost to the BJP candidate by 632. In Kolaras by 720. So the BJP, the Congress got lucky by 1863 votes. They picked up these seats. Now, if I can just show this screen, it's a bit complicated, so bear with me as I try and explain this to you. The BJP, I take this full screen, I'll explain this. 1.56 crore voters, 1 crore 56 lakh 42,980 crore voters, lakh voters. This is important because the Congress on the other side had 1.55 crores, 1 crore 55 lakh 95,153. The gap between them was about 43,000. So the BJP with 1.56 crore voters ended up with 108 seats. The Congress with 1.55 crore voters ended up with 114 seats. If we were to add only out of these 1.55 crore Congress voters, only 4,337 had voted for the BJP, and these are the seats where the margin is less than 1,000. The BJP's tally would have jumped up by 7 seats. Their tally would have been 115, which is what they would have needed to form the government. And on the other side, if 1,863 voters had voted away from the Congress, their tally would have come down to 104. Shama Mohammed, you know, this just shows you how lucky the Congress got yesterday. 1,863 people who voted for you, if they didn't vote for you, in a state of 3.77 crore voters, you would have been at 104.
Let me tell you one thing, is that your own channel predicted it's going to be a tie. I remember that. This is going to be a close call. And at the end of the day, Jo Jeeta, Wahi Sikandar.
That's the one line.
That's it.
Forget all of this.
And Jo Jeeta. And one more thing, one more point I want to say. This 2019 election is also going to be on alliances. How you will form your alliances. The TDP was their alliance partner.
Which is snubbed.
Which TDP was there. One minute, TDP is left. Let me finish, no. Let me finish, my dear. No, TDP, let me give my point, Rahul. Let me give them, they have left them, Kushwaha has left them. So everybody is leaving the Bharatiya Janata Party.
First BJP MP who took oath of office in Sanskrit had an MPhil in Sanskrit. you may recall, he played Sri Krishna in Mahabharata, Nitish Bharadwaj. There is a lovely conversation, Karan, in which he says, Karna, the Karna of the Mahabharata, he says, "Ek kadachit ka upyog na kariye." What if? We don't know. The real story surely is that the Congress-BJP gap, which was so huge 5 years ago, has narrowed so much. BJP is losing narrowly, or Congress is losing narrowly in enough seats to make a difference. This is a really polarized electorate. It's polarized, as you rightly say, to the T. And that means there's something changed in the political landscape. Earlier, the BJP, it was a knockout blow. In 2013 and 14, Congress was effectively not in the ring. It was fighting the election, but it was not there.
And how we came back in the, we have come back.
Gaurav Bhatia, everybody is a political animal at the end of it. 4,337 votes. That's all that Shivraj Singh Chauhan Mamaji needed to be in government for the fourth time. Bal reh gaye.
Rahul, I must appreciate and compliment you and your channel for such incisive analysis, which definitely reveals a lot of truth. And it also reveals that Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji remains a very popular leader in Madhya Pradesh. He has a following. Yes, there are seats that we lost by very narrow margins. And that is why I say when the Lok Sabha elections will come, people have different voting patterns. They will definitely want a leader like Narendra Modi ji at the center. They would be electing their prime minister. And yes, for sure, if we have lost these three crucial states, it is time for us also to gear up. We have a very good organization, far better than any other party in the country. So I think it gives us a chance to see that when we have delivered on the ground, on the plank of development, why is it that people could not be convinced? Therefore, I think, you know, this result is like a lesson for us.
These are all answers which are up in the air, on the ground.
Farmer distress.
The fact is that the BJP prides itself for being the stronger party when it comes to organization. The BJP's belief is in a tighter fight we have the advantage because we've got more cadre on the ground. When this data hits you in the face, 4,337, that's the gap between the BJP and Congress. If that's the seats they'd got, if that's the vote they'd got, they'd be at 115.
That's what I will go from what Mahesh said. You see, if they didn't have an organization, if they didn't have very dedicated cadres, if they didn't have an Amit Shah who had plotted the entire thing like a war room, then I think the verdict for the BJP could have been much worse. I think also what is there, that when Gaurav says that we have learnt our lesson, they didn't learn any lesson from the bipole losses both in Rajasthan and in Madhya Pradesh, and even I think in
No, but can I counter argue by saying they learned the lessons, they did what they could,
Maybe they could.
and this is the way it is despite those lessons. Shantanu Gupta.
Disagree.
You are right. You are right. So Abhishek, if just 4,337 votes more, and we could have been discussing something very different. No farmer distress, no jobs problem. Shivraj Singh.
I have a very different point of view. I can counter argue that
totally
all of three historic verdicts of Shivraj Singh Chauhan have come when the central government was not that of the BJP. So I want to look for the plus factor, number one. Number two,
Are you saying Modi jinxed him?
No, she's saying
not
Dr.
saying any of
Manmohan
these.
Singh better for Shivraj Singh.
Yes,
I just want to come in on
Can I
that.
just even say this? I've just kept quiet. I'm just saying that if you look at the figures for Madhya Pradesh, nearly 21% of them are landless agricultural laborers. So look at the figures for the trickling down of Narega. Shivraj Singh Chauhan's Mama programs, the cash transfers were a top up on a basic income that went to the poor through central government funds. So that's a model that's kind of been destabilized. And when the farm distress has come, you've had the agricultural laborers who are traditionally from the lowest of caste and the somewhat landed come together. The making of the landed distress, therefore, has been a script that the central government should have acted around the time of the Finance Commission, the Niti Aayog and pitch, and therefore the central support to Madhya Pradesh, which does continue to remain a bimaru in very important ways, should have come faster. And I would conclude by saying that as much as you say that there was war room, etc., the Damoh seat that you talk about is not simply numbers. See why it's Ram Krishna Kusmaria. Therefore, the central strategy that you replace all incumbents and anti-incumbency against MLAs with will be lessened. It's a formula that's not worked in Madhya Pradesh. Ramakrishna Kusmaria was 5 times. No, I didn't. No, just a minute. Okay, fine. Then you.
Your analysis would have been totally different.
But I one second.
No,
I completely disagree with Shantanu.
I want to comment.
Even if they had got these
Raghavji, you don't want to own up your own
4,337
people.
votes, they may have won the election. But the message that's coming from first-time voters,
just
the
going to say
message that's
that.
coming from Dalits, the message, and I ran a deep data dive. We'll try and pull that out for you again. The message that's coming from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, the message that's coming from farm laborers, farmers is very clear. There, the Congress is ahead of the BJP by about 3% vote.
That's the
Even though
point.
here the gap is 0.1% vote.
This is the
That
point I'm
is
making.
very, very crucial, Gaurav Bhatia. You know, you can say, yes, of course, this is interesting when you say, oh, all we needed was 4,337. Since we've said it, multiple BJP leaders are messaging me and saying, "Arey yaar, reh gaye itne se." But that's true.
Yeah.
But the message coming from the Dalits, farmers, farm laborers, that message you have to hear, Gaurav Bhatia.
Rahul, why wouldn't we hear? BJP is a very sensitive party and nobody can deny that a lot of work has been done, social welfare schemes that have been introduced, and the common man has been empowered by the central government and the state government that we are talking about. But at the same time, that's why I said that it is time to see what can be improved in the next 5 months, how more people can be
I'm just being told that the Congress meeting in Jaipur is getting over. MLAs are leaving. Pooja Shali is at hand and I want to go across to her. Pooja, pata chala CM kaun?
Without any comment.
Yes.
Rahul, this is the most unprecedented scenario I've ever seen. The Congress Rajasthan leaders seem to have made a private exit. The vehicle that you see are leaving without any comments. And there was a proper official lane that had been set up. But from a secret gate, these cars have left. And we are being told that Gehlot and Pilot are in those vehicles, which means they did not want to react. They did not want to make a comment. Why would the Congress Rajasthan leaders want to leave without any comment? Take a look at this. This is where we were standing. There was state police, there was the STF, there was the Seva Dal, and the moment we turned our camera, we saw the vehicles leave and realized that the Congress leaders have left here from the Congress office. It seems they're heading towards the governor's office. So are the Congress leaders in Rajasthan going to the governor's office to stake claim to the government without announcing the chief ministerial candidate like Madhya Pradesh Congress had done? I want to just take you through again, if possible. If Pradeep Gupta can give you a better visual. These are the vehicles leaving. Now, they were, of course, supposed to leave after speaking to the media persons. Why the secrecy? Why the not announce who the chief minister of Rajasthan is going to be? And it seems very clearly now, because most of the supporters here were shouting Sachin Pilot's name. They did not want to charge the crowd if the announcement is otherwise. Because if it were Sachin Pilot, the crowd would have roared into applause, and of course they would have cheered. So I'm going to ask, of course, go and ask some people why this happened. We'll get you further updates on this, Rahul. I'll have to leave. But I want to tell you, Congress leaders leave from the PCC office without making any comment at all.
Okay, Rahul Srivastava, who's going to be CM?
This is you see what we are told. Two senior leaders from inside the meeting SMS me that it's going to be likely to be Ashok Gehlot. That's what the decision could be. But see, this is where the Congress has to be cautious. When Manisha said that why are we discussing the leadership issue, that who it will be, there are two. It's a problem of the plenty at times, because the Congress has a problem that Gehlot and Sachin in Rajasthan represent not just two leaders who have done very well, worked very hard, have a lot of experience, but their factions they control and the vote they control. The Congress does not want them to be
Can we
warring
hear what
against
these
each
MLAs
other.
are saying?
Today, if you announce the name, they have left on the barricade without announcing, because they...
नाम कौन सी नाम पे मोहर लगी? सचिन जी कहाँ हैं? सचिन जी कहाँ
The calculation is, Rahul Srivastava, if the Congress leaders and both of them want that their names are not chanted, it can't happen. You can't say khud kar. Nobody does it on his own.
Rahul, it
If
doesn't
Sachin
happen.
Pilot
You're
says,
absolutely
fall
right.
in line, don't do this, don't embarrass Rahul Gandhi, and don't embarrass the Congress party. Mrs. Gandhi could be watching, don't do this. They won't do it.
It will spoil the pictures of yesterday. We have been seeing those celebrations. If you announce a name outside and the two segments which have been shouting slogans for the leaders, they clash, I think it will send across a terrible message across Rajasthan and I think the country. that somewhere the Congress, which has eventually has managed to win states because of a discontent against the BJP, cannot handle leadership issues. There are splits, and that will send a very bad signal. And in a state like Rajasthan, if you recall, Vasundhara Raje from the first year in power had a negative sentiment working against her. I don't think the Congress should make that mistake.
We will not. We will not. We are together.
Let's see if we can listen to what these MLAs. They're not saying very much.
Our leaders are together in this, and you will see a chief minister coming out.
Obviously, they've been told not to say anything. Otherwise, they would have.
अभी कुछ हुआ है क्या फैसला?
They've obviously discussed a lot.
कौन है MLA?
कांग्रेस सरकार बन रही है। पिछली बार जब बीजेपी सरकार 2002 में आराम ले लेना क्या
भैया उतरो थोड़ा मुझे यार
निराकरण करें, ये मैं दावे से कह सकती हूँ, क्योंकि पिछली जब हमारी सरकार थी तो जो हमारी योजनाएं जो हमने लागू की थी वो भी गाँव और ढाणी तक पहुँची है, चाहे वृद्धावस्था पेंशन हो, चाहे दवा योजना हो, चाहे बालाघाट योजना हो, चाहे 108 की योजना, जननी सुरक्षा योजना, जो भी हमारी योजनाएं थी बिल्कुल गाँव और ढाणी को टच किया। लेकिन जो पिछली बार भाजपा सरकार थी उनकी कोई एक भी योजना ऐसी नहीं है, चाहे सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की हो चाहे स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की हो, कोई ऐसी योजना नहीं है कि
this is where the Congress top leadership is squirming. They don't want this ugly fracas to play itself out. There's all these competitive slogans. They don't want that happening. They want to project a message of unity. It's not so much about whether it's Gehlot or Pilot. It's about Modi and Shah. That's the real enemy from the Congress's perspective. But this kind of happens, Shantanu, in all parties. And there's so much. Keshav Prasad Maurya is still upset about Yogi Adityanath becoming chief minister.
But I don't remember any cross-shouting of Keshav Prasad or Yogi or Dinesh Sharma happening.
But Yogi was not in the picture.
But
Yogi was not in the picture. There was no Yogi.
Everyone was in the picture.
No, there was Keshav Prasad Maurya.
Keshav Prasad Maurya was an MP. He didn't fight in the election.
He was the one.
Dinesh Sharma did not fight.
They were all there.
We'll take
they
a
were
quick,
the main
this
ones.
happens in all parties, okay? Unless it gets really ugly and nasty.
Mr. Amit Shah is there to control everything.
This happens in all parties. It's only natural. They're politicians, therefore they want power and they want to be in office, and that's only inevitable. And all the people around them believe that unke achhe din aa jayenge if their man becomes chief minister. We'll slip into a break. We'll continue tracking this when we come back on the other side. Stay with us.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.